Okay, everyone, this is part 2 of Mission 7 of Dishonored 2. I actually might be able to get through all of this one in one more video, because I went a little long last time. Also, I just want to mention I finally finished the final polish on my next book, While We Bleed. It's pretty much ready to be formatted, and it has a cover. I don't want to show the whole thing until everything's all the formatting for all versions are ready to go, but here's a teaser at least. So if you're interested in being an ARC reader, please let me know. Alright, with that, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, I mentioned in the end of the last video that should be all the guards. Actually, that's not true. There are 4 guards in this pool room over here, but there's no lore in there, so I'm not going to go in there. I'll just leave them where they are. Just for convenience, I'm going to try and take care of some of these guards. Just because their chattering gets in the way of the dialogue, I want to listen to.
Shipment of whale oil tanks just gone, taken right from under their noses.
Wow. Thinking about
the sun is a disaster. But what can I do?
There's one more hound around here, but alright, so if we go up to the gazebo, and this time, study door combination. With Luca coming tonight, there will be so many strangers in my house. I shouldn't have agreed to host this cursed seance. Something's going to happen, I can feel it. Maybe I won't attend, feign sickness, or lock myself up in the bathroom. Anyway, I need to change the combination to the study door, as I was asked. Let's focus on something else. Old memories. And here the page is stained with mold. A blurred list of numbers is barely visible. Make your decision. Aramis, I've made my arrangements for the seance. Delilah's effigy is in place, attuned to your wretched burrow of a house. I set alight candles made from materials I dare not name, and a special incense that took nearly a year to find. Open the door as little as possible until tonight. I'll return with Luca, Kieran, and grim Alex just before the appointed time. And I don't want to hear any more about your silly doubts. It's an honor that we're doing you, allowing you to participate in Delilah's return. We'll start whether you're here or there or not. Time to decide which future you want to be a part of. Brianna.
Part of Stilton's combination is missing.
Okay.
Tonight,
That notebook contains Stilton's combination.
she'll laugh that I was worried. Worried over nothing. Sometimes I think I'd rather be down below, working the rock.
Dear Stomach, I have received your request and agree that dinner
This
time
huge
cannot come
place.
quickly enough.
What has it gotten me?
Unfortunately, we are still
Theo's
on duty.
gone like he never even existed.
Anything more
All I've
since
got
he
left are memories and a few statues scattered across the city.
He's worried about something Duke Luca Abel has done. The son is nothing like his father. He laments hosting their silly seance at his home. He indulges the young Duke because he loved his father. There was a time when he tried to impress them, to hide his humble beginnings. But he no longer cares. He sees the beauty in the mines, rich veins of ore cutting through quartz, great caverns lit by phosphorescent life within the stone. Aaron Stilton, born in squalor on the Isle of Morley. Now he runs most of the mines in Karnaca. He could afford finer clothing, but even if he wore the finest suit in all the Isles, they would still turn their noses up at him. He stopped trying. And Stilton, like the ore he mines, there is something of value underneath that gruff exterior. The aristocrats barely tolerate him, but he is not without friends. There was the old Duke, and Megan Foster. At the gala they joked loud enough that he could hear. Something about his shoes being the finest Culkin he has to offer. But he carried on. It was nothing he hadn't heard before. He has drawn up designs that should prevent collapses in the older tunnels. He hopes to implement them soon. He never trusted Luca Abel. He seeks only to tolerate him. He hopes the young Duke will grow into his responsibilities. There is a great sadness in him. He misses his friend and confidant, the old Duke, the Adonis. Stilton devised a mask to help the miners take in less dust as they work. He wants silver, not sick workers. Have I not already told you everything about him? I already told you about this man.
Okay.
How many more hours of this? If I had a timepiece, I'd know. I'm gonna guess, what, 3? Yeah, about 3 more hours.
Okay, so I did a whole short lore video on this whole situation, all the different things you can do to change history. Let's see. So I think let's do a hard save here. I don't really think I need to, but do it just to be safe. Okay, so first thing to do is to get the combination, and then leave him alone and go to the seance. So let's see if I can do this without him watching. Get it? All right. Study door combination. So we read this first part. Let's focus on something else. Old memories. 4. The coins I had in my pocket when I left Morley and came to Karnaca. 1 coin for each week until I take another boat and join you, my mother said. But then she never came. 7. My birth month. I'm probably the only person who knows the date since the Adonis passed away. 1. The number painted on my lunch bucket when I worked the mines. I was just a kid, but it feels like yesterday.
Who's she to say I didn't deserve the promotion?
Quick save there. Alright, so now we have the combination. And we have left Stilton alone, so let's go to the seance and see what happens. I'm sure everyone watching this already knows what happens. I'm not sure why you're watching, to be honest, but I'm glad you are.
Is everything mixed up here? What happened?
Welcome again to my house. Let's get this over with.
What we're about to attempt has never been done. It's beyond my understanding, and certainly beyond yours. If anyone has any doubts, set them aside now.
This defies rational understanding. It's the frayed edge when natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
The more I hear, the more I think this is ill-advised. Who wants to speak with the dead? If this Delilah really was killed or banished from the world, what if she's lost her mind?
Delilah's stronger than before. The Duke and I have heard her voice, whispering to us. And now it's time. So take your positions.
Okay. Little thing I just found out. So the voice of Brianna Ashworth, someone named Melendi Britt, and so I know from my analytics, pretty much everyone watching this is young, but if you happen to be of a certain age, you might be amused to know, if you don't already, that Melendi Britt was the voice of She-Ra, Princess of Power, from the He-Man cartoons back in the old days. I knew I recognized the voice from somewhere, but I until I looked it up, I wasn't quite sure, so I thought that was kind of funny.
Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars! This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended.
Wait! Wait! We can't really.
Idiot!
I am here, returned from the cold, from forever.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
My spirit is safe now, inside this thing. Luca, you must lock it away.
I can still see the insides. One has become a stone, the other reforged and marked by the one whose eyes are black.
Poor Aramis. I feel obliged to take care of him out of loyalty to my father.
Wait. You are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return, and someday I'll come for
The void
you.
beyond the world is strange. I won't ever understand all I've seen.
Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel.
Okay, so when we go back to present, it's exactly as it originally was. All right, so if we reload, now I'm trying to decide how I want to do this.
The Grand Guard was protecting Stilton back then.
Now, if we go ahead and
This is to keep you from seeing whatever drove you into a
knock him out.
nightmare tonight. By rendering Stilton unconscious, I changed the past. But how?
actually don't even need the combination at this point.
Things seem to be the worst here. The two times are overlapping now somehow.
Time to begin. Where's Stilton? I should never have kept him on just because he and my father were close.
What we're about to attempt has never been done. It's beyond my understanding, and certainly beyond yours. If anyone has any doubts, set them aside now.
This defies rational understanding. It's the frayed edge where natural philosophy crosses over into something else.
Yes, I can feel it. We risk madness.
All of you, Delilah is your rightful empress. You owe her this.
Delilah's stronger than before. The Duke and I have heard her voice, whispering to us. And now it's time. So take your positions. Focus on the void behind the world. You can feel her power, can't you?
By the stars. This is more exciting than any orgy I've ever attended. Do it
You can tell that's a different recording.
Here, returned from the cold, from forever.
She lives.
How curious. It seems to have worked.
My spirit is safe now, inside this thing. Luca, you must lock it away.
I thought we'd lost you.
Brianna, Luca, I will never abandon you. Wait, you are hidden, but I know who you are. I know when you are. You've come to watch me return,
And someday, I'll come for you.
Focus on the void behind the world.
Okay, so
I don't care what's going on. I'm going to concentrate on my
what you
duties.
do.
I'm no hero.
So I think what I'll do now is do another hard save. Okay. And then reload, and then I'll show actually killing Stilton.
This is what you get for not standing up to the Duke.
Okay, I don't think I'll go to the seance again because it plays out exactly the same. He just doesn't attend. Okay. However, in this timeline where he's been killed, the manor has been bought by a Baron Caruso. The study is locked up. It's condemned. Study condemned. Keep out. The study is to remain closed. No housekeeping, no airing, no questions. Just forget the room ever existed. Also, upon threat of termination without wages, no gossip. I don't need the whole neighborhood asking about the spirits in the old Stilton Manor. I've lived through enough bad luck as it is. Baron Caruso. So, the study is locked up, and the mansion is pretty much in the same state it is if you knock out Stilton, except for a few things. One, there are these notes all over the house saying, "House for sale. The Caruso Manor, previously known as Stilton Manor, is currently on sale. All inquiries and visit requests should be addressed to Jaime Carrera, housekeeper." So he's still here. Buying offers should be presented directly to Baron Caruso, currently residing on Cali Museo, Siri Gardens. And yeah, they're like all over the house. Even stuck on this bird thing. And there's not a whole lot here to look at, except for a couple of places. Which I will show. So you notice a lot of butterfly butterfly collections here. And if you go into the bedroom, see it's got this nice little terrarium or giant terrarium here. And there is a note here from Aunt Lucy. Letter from Aunt Lucy. My dearest Caruso, I'm glad you sought my counsel on this delicate matter, as I'm afraid your reputation is in peril if you let rumors spread. Yes, I trust you. I know the voices are real, and the spirits as well. Don't listen to them. Look away, as they're only trying to mesmerize you and bring you closer to the void itself. Believe me, don't waste a minute. Condemn the room where the phenomenon is occurring, and sell the manor as soon as you can. You may stay with me for a while, if it suits you. I must say it's no surprise that the manor should be cursed. That man Stilton never was a presentable person. How could an uncouth miner make his way into the old Duke's palace, if not by unspeakable means? Who knows what he was up to? The walls might be filled with toadstones and children's teeth. You can't fight against witchcraft. I'll await your visit. Aunt Lucy. So, Baron Caruso decided his house that he bought was haunted, and so has decided to sell it. Just get out of Dodge. And the house is still very much like it was. It's still got a lot of Stilton's monuments here. I broke my back in the silver mines. Nicely framed. This wall safe is still here. Don't know why I'm taking this loot. I'm just going to reload. As you can see, now we've got this blood fly encased in, I guess, quartz. Kind of like Jurassic Park type thing here. And as well, you see this, what looks like a dinosaur skull in a fossil. So it looks like Baron Caruso is kind of an amateur, I don't know, naturalist, biologist, something like that. ISS Jessamine, even though it says apartment in Karnaka. And the only other note, as far as I know, I've looked all around, I can't see any, except for that one, is here. Unsent letter from Jaime. Clary, I got your letter and could read most of it. Since the master died, the palace has been bought by that Baron Caruso, who had us change everything, wallpapers and all. But last season, he said he didn't want to live here no more. Past year demanded that we condemn Mr. Stilton's old study. He said he heard voices in there, saw weird lights. Well, what do you expect in a house where the owner was murdered, I told him. Anyhow, now I'm the only one left to keep the place up. I stay in memory, Mr. Stilton, even if the place is not the same. Don't forget, he was the one who pulled me from the mines. Nearly buried alive I was. The doctor said I wouldn't ever be much use again. But Mr. Aramis Stilton took me in and said I were the best servant he ever had. All the others left last month, so I gotta do everything. Cooking, repairs, chasing out rats. Setting buckets for the holes in the roof when it rains. It's lonely business. Don't know how long I can keep up. Keep care of yourself. Jaime. Right, so he's still there. But, all the other servants are gone. And I think the only other change is that the expansion, the planned expansion that was supposed to go here, did not take place. So you still just have this empty wall. So I think that's all of the changes for this timeline. So it's, kind of an interesting thing to explore. But that's not the one I'm going to go with. So let's reload. Start save here. And actually go forward with the one where he gets knocked out. And I just don't want her making noise, so I'll, oops.
I wonder how much time I have before Mr. Stilton returns home. I want to beat out the rugs, but the dust makes him cough.
Too many years in the silver mines. But go ahead, he won't be back until very late tonight. He's throwing a party for one of the miners who's retiring.
They broke the mold when they made old Aramis Stilton.
Yeah, so true. It's really the man's heart that's made of silver.
That's a bit cheesy.
I don't feel safe. What is wrong with this city?
Why should I trust someone
So
who
this area's
hides
got a
their
little
face?
bar underneath it.
Whatever you need.
There's that
I can't help
gin
you.
sling
What's happening now?
cocktail recipe.
On your way now. Guards! Someone! Someone! Help protect me! Someone!
These people are insane.
Hey, aren't you working another excavation site?
I was, but the wife's pregnant again.
Oh, lovely. I didn't know. Congratulations.
Thanks. Stilton's giving me some time off.
Nice one. I guess someone else will have to operate the bore wheel.
Yeah, but Yvonne's good. And Stilton's always one step ahead. Got the new mine engineering figured out. No collapses in a long while.
Oh, this stuff is still here. Okay, well, guess I was wrong about Caruso.
The tea's too hot, the bat's too cold, my vest has a wrinkle. Do it yourself then if it's gotta be so bleeding perfect.
I think this is pretty much the same as it was.
I don't recognize you.
People don't hide their faces unless they're up to something bad.
Yeah, it's pretty much exactly the same as the Caruso Manor, so... It's a giant blood fly. But yeah, if you're looking for money, you can go through here and basically recollect a whole new set of coins. So here's the expanded wing. Statue of Theodanis. Alright, now a new letter from your Nola Architecture to Mr. Aramis Stilton. Good sir, we are writing to inquire about the finished work on your new office. Does everything meet with your expectations and approval? Are any adjustments needed? Have the workmen sufficiently cleaned up after their construction activities? Should everything prove satisfactory, we will follow shortly with our invoices. Respectfully yours, K. Kierkegaard A. Mirnola Architecture and Supplies. Stilton and Abel to discuss the Miners' Fund. Aramis Stilton, silver mine owner and advocate for workers, has called for a meeting with Duke Luca Abel to negotiate the creation of a new fund to benefit the victims of mining accidents. Currently, no such fund exists, and injured miners are simply let go from their positions, expected to find other work despite missing limbs, blindness, and other serious impediments. The meeting will be the third such for the two, with so far not much agreed upon. However, Stilton says he remains hopeful that the health fund will be established and well-funded before the end of the year. You've got this gigantic painting of an apartment. It kind of looks, and clearly it's the same model as Hypatia's apartment. And this is still a Silvergraph studio with some nice, I guess, nature scenes that you can choose from. And some developing chemicals. It's odd to put a bed right in front of that doorway. I don't know what's going on there.
You have no right to be here, stranger. Leave at once.
Don't think there's anything in here. Oof.
Oh, hello.
What do you want? Go away.
We don't want you. I'm a filthy blood fly. And that's all I'm gonna say about it.
I have better things to do.
More butterflies. Okay. All right, I think that's pretty much everything. You can loot this safe one more time. Not too much in it. Okay, that actually did not take nearly as much time as I thought. Like I said, if you want money, you can go through and kind of re-loot the place. But I'm not going to do that. It's an Empress coin, so they're not all the coins are strictly local.
I don't like your face, but I can fix it.
Now that you've learned Delilah's secret, make your way back to Anton Sokolov, waiting aboard the skiff. Alright. Clearly this door is going to open, and now we'll see the Dust District, and everything will be normal. Oh no!
Look around you. A crumbling island at the very edges of the void. But this one is special. It's the place where my throat was cut 4,000 years ago. This is where my life ended, and where it began again. It's where they made me.
This part of the void feels older.
Right up until the end, I thought I'd find a way to escape. I fought, but the ropes only cut my skin, so I went limp. And then the knife touched my throat, and I knew I'd waited too long. The blood ran out, and I became a god. Now you know Delilah's secret. At the end of her days, she drifted through the void and should have been lost forever. But her will and cunning are second to none. She found this place, the island in the void where I became what I am. It changed her, and she discovered a way to draw from it, tapping into the power here. Delilah is a part of me now, and I don't like it.
And maybe that's why his voice changed. Okay, so when this game first came out, you know, and before Death of the Outsider came out, one thing that people noticed in this scene, so here are the cultists, or representations of the cultists who created the Outsider. You know, I talked about this in my video on the Cult of the Outsider. You've got the twin-bladed knife, and people looked at the hilt here, and as you can see, it looks very much like the hilt of the Overseer swords. So that created the theory that the Overseers were actually some kind of offshoot of the cultists who created the Outsider in the first place. So that's where that came from. Of course, again, that was before Death of the Outsider came out.
You have to give Delilah credit. She tore out a piece of herself and hid it away, inside a thing made of bones. She's made herself immortal. If you want to kill Delilah, you're going to have to find her spirit and give it back to her. Reaching it won't be easy, but what comes after that might be the hardest thing you will ever have to do.
Okay, so in this little area, if you have knocked out Stilton, this little portrait of him will sort of do that kind of burning away, dissolving thing. I thought it came back. Oh, there it is. Yeah.
The world contains more mysteries than I imagined. Now to meet up with Sokolov again at the skiff, after a very strange day.
Why'd they slow down Flow 4? Did Marco say?
Apparently the family committee made a request. Too much dust was pissing down.
Well, at least Stilton listens to them. More than I can say for the Grand Guard.
Yeah, the Duke is rotten and it spreads out from there. But Airman Stilton is a good man.
I'll tell him you said that. He drinks at my brother's pub.
He knows we appreciate him. Karnaca has problems, but it could be a lot worse here in this district.
Oh, we've been able to keep the shift hours at 10. Anything longer and miners make mistakes. Without Stilton's support, this district would have fallen into anarchy by now.
There's word that by next month, everyone in the mines will be issued one of Stilton's new air masks. Things could be worse, I guess.
Playing dice tonight. You in?
Sure.
Oh, yeah, already read that. All right, there should be a speaker announcement here coming up. Or not. There we go.
This is the Duke of Seance. At the request of Aramis Stilton, I'm told I need to present another set of awards to critical mine workers this month. What is it for? Safety? Certainly not productivity this time. You should all thank Stilton. The only one of you lazy ingrates worth anything. Back to work, all of you.
Okay, so the miners committee building. Go in here.
If we get approval for the new ventilation shaft, it'll mark a real victory. More air means less dusty lung.
While all the prominent city leaders attended the most recent palace dinner, yes, it's true. I excluded
What are you covering your face for? Keep the dust out?
I do not hate them. But no one tells me when to stop drinking. And how is it possible to eat when someone is sermonizing on the risks of consuming vermin? Why is this even a question? Whoever wanted to eat rat flesh in the first place? Apart from the fortunate poor, they're excluded from palace functions.
Okay.
Lucia Pastor, right? You deserve thanks for helping the people here.
Considering who you are, I don't know whether to feel honored that you recognize me or to yell at you for propping up the Duke while he's shitting all over Serkonos.
And who do you think I am?
I'm not stupid. Whether the newspapers and the posters in the street are right or wrong, I know who you are. And I hope you're here to end Luca Abella's tyranny. Either way, we haven't been sitting around waiting for you to clean up your mess.
Sounds like you have a plan.
No, nothing that solid. Not yet. But I believe the Duke will fall, eventually. All I can say is that when you reach the Grand Palace, just be aware that not everyone there is your enemy. Trust your judgment.
All right. I'll remember that.
Anyway, good luck. There's still a chance to make something new here in Karnaca. Something that serves everyone, not just some rapacious bastard with a title. There's always so much to do. So little time to think. The mining families in the district work as hard as the miners. Kids to feed, sick people to care for, homes to run. The families we represent are very poor, but aren't afraid of hard work. Good people.
Stilton agreed to a meeting with the woman heading up the family committee. What's her name again?
Lucia Pastor. Well, she's supposed to talk to Stilton soon about new safety rules for the mines. Fewer hours for the children working down there, too.
Why does Pastor care in the first place? She isn't one of us. Never seen her carrying a pick or a shovel.
There's a rumor that she was in love with a miner. Someone who died in an accident. They say his body's still under the mountain, buried in silver.
I think Lucia Pastor just has a good heart and a strong will.
Well, if Stilton listens to what she has to say, instead of following every idiotic request coming from the Grand Palace, I won't complain.
Stilton's not a bad man. I bet things would be a lot worse without him running the mines. You You'll be all right here, visitor. Just keep your head down. If you're looking, mines always need new workers.
The Duke would be grinding the families here into nothing if he was left unchecked. It's good to know that some people care about what's going on in the mines.
I seen a well once. Scary, but I ain't never forgot it. Your face is covered. The Grand Guard won't like that.
Where'd that other guy go? Oh, there you go.
With the city at the edge of disaster, it's taking everything we've got to maintain decent conditions in the mines. Duke of Bella's nothing like his father. We'd be at his mercy without Stilton.
All right. I think that's it.
Maybe no one else will even notice, but things have changed here, for the better.
You're back. That was quick.
All right, so now we see that Megan falls.
Remember what you saw here when you're back in Dunwall, Emily. My final
Yes,
lesson.
has an eye and an arm. So we have changed history.
Sorry I couldn't take you to see Stilton myself, but I guess you found the place. Years back, Stilton was always quiet about the Duke. I never figured out just why. Lucky for the miner. Let's get back to the dreadful whale.
Okay.
Are you ready to leave? The dust is wreaking havoc on my throat.
Yes, I found a way to get around Paolo and Byrne, and I've been to Stilton's house. Let's go.
All right. One hostile. I still don't know how that happened, but oh well. Let's see, all the runes, all the bone charms, lots of coins, but you know, paintings and blueprints. Okay, I think these are all the special actions. Don't know. All right, that's it for mission 7. Kind of a fan favorite. This one and the Clockwork Mansion are both a lot of people's favorites because of the different mechanics. So hope you enjoyed watching that. All right, thanks for watching once again. Next one will be mission 8.